My name is Tim Heerema, and I'm going to teach you how to play Archmage. The Ascendant expansion is coming to Kickstarter on November the 13th and contains a bunch of new spells, places of power, and prophecy cards. Tonight, my friend Corey and I are going to play through a game using all of the expansion modules. However, we will be using a mix of components from the actual printed version and the collector edition previously distributed through Kickstarter, as well as some homemade prototype components that I've used in playtesting the game. Some fine details may yet change, but the rules are pretty much done. We hope you enjoy this playthrough. We won't necessarily teach all the rules, but we will talk through each of our turns to let you know what we're doing. Enjoy. Okay, so here you can see that we have Archmage Ascendant set up for 2 players. You'll notice the various modules we're going to be playing. Module 1 is a new set of fundamental spells, and as you can see they're nicely sleeved pieces of paper. Then we have Module 2, which is a new set of advanced spells. Module 3 is the places of power, which 6 of them sit unexplored at the start of the game with their corresponding cards to the side. And then the final module is Prophecies, where each dealt 3 randomly at the start of the game, and they'll have various missions that we'll try to accomplish as we go. So the 2 mages start the game at the central cursed tower, having heeded some mysterious call, and they're going to set out to journey and rediscover the land and learn some magic. So why don't you start us off, Corey? Perfect.
So, using my 5 movement points, I will move here for 1, here for 2. I will explore this tile for 3, finding myself a mine, collecting a will, and I will leave a follower in that spot as I go through. And I will go to this place of power for my last, exploring it to find the deep woods, getting a nature. I will put a follower there, and for my Journey's End action, I will then collect 3 nature from it.
So the places of power introduce a new Journey's End action called Hoard. If you end your journey on a place of power, you'll collect 3 of the corresponding relic.
And then if you would be so kind to hand me that deep wood card.
So Corey will add that to his area and it'll become available to him during his next preparation phase. Alright, then I'll take my turn. And I'll come southwards for 1, 2, explore for 3, also finding a gem, or a mine, and then 4, 5. And I have found the purple place of power, time, which is called Skybridge. I'll collect 1 scroll for finding it, and then 3 for the Hoard action as my journey's end. We'll progress to round 2. So in round 2 we do the preparation phase, which starts with moving a planet towards conjunction. This acts as the timer of the game. Corey selected the black planet and he will collect 1 black relic.
For my 5 movement points, I will move to this unexplored area. I will explore it, finding a ruins. I will put another follower there and grab my matter for finding, my exploration bonus. I will then move here for my 3rd. Explore it for my 4th, finding the goblins, which is most excellent. The decision is, which would I like to have a recruitment in? Let's take 1 in ruins. So I will spend 2 matter to learn, put an apprentice in the fundamental matter sphere. And then for my last, let's go to the town and collect. I will then take the gather action at the town, gathering a orange and a yellow. And it'll be your turn. Oh, and 1 for the town. Let's take a follower for that.
Okay. To start my turn, I'm going to collect 1 purple, moving the scroll up 1 tick. And I'm going to set out to go to the elves. So I'm going to go 1 into the town, which I can claim. 2, 3 to move in and explore the library. Now normally I would get a scroll or a purple relic for doing that, but because I'm already at 6, I simply forfeit that relic. And then I'll go 4, 5 into the elves. The Journey's End action in any of the Mythic Race enclaves is to initiate apprentices. For every 2 relics that I give them, they will initiate 1 apprentice. So I'm going to give them 6 and start the game with a whole bunch of apprentices initiated into time magic. In the Ascendant expansion, I actually have 2 purple spells I can pick from. So in this case, I can choose either Return Home or Quicken. I think I'll stick with the tried and true in this case and take Quicken and add that to my spell book. But again, it's not available to me until my next preparation phase. Go ahead, Corey.
So I will start my turn by moving the orange planet. And then I will use my Deep Woods, which allows me to place a Tree Man token. And I will grab my Tree Man token. It's a beautiful custom sculpt in the final production, but for now it's this little green guy. And I will place him here on the mines to protect that area. And then I as well, because I now have an apprentice in yellow, I will grab a spell. And I'm going to grab the new Replicate spell, making it available for this turn. And I think I will cast it immediately. And I think I'm going to overload it or charge it up, spending the 2.
So in the fundamental spells, we have a new feature called a boost ability. You can pay 1 casting cost of the appropriate color, in this case yellow, to cast the spell. But there's also at the bottom of each card an additional ability that you can pay a second relic of that color to cast it with more power. So in this case, for 1 yellow, Corey can place 1 replicate. When he boosts it, he can place a second replicate token. And those can go onto any adjacent wilderness location.
I will place them there on the mines and the ruins. Okay.
And so in the future, when he gathers, those locations will now produce extra relics compared to what they would otherwise.
And now I will begin my turn. Moving 1 and exploring for 2, finding another mine. 3, 4. Finding the red altar. And, actually, let's go back here for my last movement, and I will build my mage tower.
So when you end on a wilderness location, you can either place wards of protection, or once in the game, build your mage tower. As he builds his mage tower, he's going to gain 1 orange relic for building it on that orange location. If he had any adjacent wilderness he controlled, he would also collect for those, but in this case he does not. And then once his tower is built, he can immediately take a journey's end in his tower, which allows him to initiate 1 apprentice in a sphere of his choice by paying 2 relics. And then if he chooses to, he can promote to combine those 2 apprentices to an advanced level. One stays as the promoted guy, the other returns to his company.
And I will update my spell board at the beginning of my next turn.
Okay, to start my turn, I'm going to move a planet. And I'm going to move in... I'll do purple. And refresh and update my spell book to include Quicken. And I'm immediately going to cast Quicken using that relic I gathered. So I now have 7 movement points instead of 5. And I'm going to go 1, and 2 to explore it. Immediately claiming that. Getting 1 yellow widget. 3, 4. Flipping that. I find the Drow. Now the Drow are a hybrid race. As I find them, as my exploration bonus, I can do 1 initiation, so I'll spend 2 blood to gain 1 blood apprentice. 5, 6 to move into here. Finding the Dead Maze, which is the black place of power. I'll take that into my area for next time. And I think I will simply forfeit my last movement point to end on the Dead Maze and collect 3 black using the Horde action.
Perfect. So I will start by resetting my spell board. I now lose the Replicate spell because I no longer have an apprentice in the yellow fundamental space, but I do gain an advanced spell, and I'm going to rock this new Relic Extractor. I will move a planet. I'm running low on some yellow, so let's move that yellow planet inwards. Move my Tree Man, so let's move my Tree Man to this space here. And then I have the red altar, so during the preparation phase I get to recruit a dude.
You can choose to lay 1 down in your first turn that you have.
So let's do that.
So on the red altar, in subsequent turns, for every follower you have laid down on the altar, you're going to pull a guy from your supply back to your company. So it is a gamble, because if I were to come in and take control of that altar. All the guys lying down on the altar are killed.
Well, let's hope Jeremy survives the turn. Let's start. So, let's move 1, 2. Let's cast Relic Extractor now, allowing me to put this token here.
So as an advanced spell, he can pay 1 yellow, 1 green, or 2 green, or 2 yellow. He chose to pay 2 green.
3, 4.
And he's found another hybrid race. So as he finds them, he can make 1 trade in orange or green by paying 2 relics.
I will choose orange.
And
And I will actually forfeit my last movement to stay there because I would like to do my journey's end action trading in for one in each of the 2 spheres.
he gives up 2 green. And you can give up another 2 orange.
And that is my turn. I have cast all my spells for the turn. And I will update my spell book at the beginning of my next turn.
Okay, to start my turn, I will refresh, quicken down to the ready position. Reveal my other place of power. And I'm going to start my turn by actually using the Dead Maze. So the Dead Maze, one of its abilities is it allows me to push an opponent 1 space in any direction. I think I will push him back onto the space he came from. And then I will move a planet. Let's move in yellow. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I found a camp on this outpost location. So as my exploration bonus, I get 1 guy from the camp will come and join my company. I'm actually going to deploy a guy onto the camp. I realize I forgot to clean the town on the way by, so 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come down 4, 5 to the gnomes and trade 4 widgets to gain 2 apprentices in matter magic. And I will again have the option of playing with the classic spell, which is transmute. I guess you're going to... no, let's show off the new ones. I'm going to play with replicate as well, so I'll add that to my tableau for next time. And I will end my turn.
So updating my spell board, I'm going to stick with the tried and true stone skin because I'm running low on followers. And I am going to grab Harvest Blessing as my green fundamental spell. I will reset my board. I will move a planet. Let's move this green one. I have to do my start of turn abilities for my places of power, so I will move my tree man back to here. I also have this ability here, which I don't want to forget about in a minute, but I'll do my red altar first. And those guys come from my supply or from my company?
So if you're going to recruit a new guy, it comes from your supply to your company, and then you can choose whether or not to lay an additional follower down. So you are going to get one from your bag.
Excellent. And then I can choose to add a second to that.
To increase your gamble.
And let's gamble. And then finally, I will gather 2 black relics because of my relic extractor. And then I will start my turn. Let's start by going 1, 2, destroying that.
So when a follower dies, they don't come back to my company. They're going to go into the bag of death, otherwise known as the supply. And both Corey and I will each gain 1 blood.
And I will claim that space. I will then go here for 3 and here for 4.
Again, going into the bag, causing each of us to gain a blood.
And then I will finish by going here to the town for 5. And then I will gather.
So in that gather action, you're going to look across the board and see where you currently have followers and gain 1 relic for each wilderness space you occupy. For example, These two guys will each send him a gem, which is the orange relic, as well as his tower. The tower exerts permanent control, and so will also send him things. So he's going to get a total of 3 orange relics. He's going to get a yellow relic, and instead of 1, because of the 3 times replicate token he's got on there, he's actually gained 3 yellow relics.
And the same with the orange. I will gain 5 orange instead of 3.
That's a pretty good gather for Corey here. Then he gets a black for the location there. It is worth noting that during a gather action, the places of power do not send you anything.
But I will take a follower for this town.
Right, so for a town, you can either take a follower by preaching in the street corners, hey, come join my order, or you can take a relic of your choice.
And feeling that I'm about to get smited, I will cast Stone Skin.
Okay.
And I think I am good. It's your turn.
Okay, to start my turn, I'm going to do my preparation phase. I am going to refresh my spell book, reset my places of power.
And because you no longer control the Sky Bridge,
Thank you. I'll have to return that.
I will gladly take that from you.
Corey. That doesn't feel good. And
it feels very good.
I'm going to move a green planet inwards. Okay. I am going to go 1, 2, into this grove, gaining another green. 3, 4, claiming that grove as well. Suddenly a master of green here. And then I'm going to go 5 backwards into there. I have 2 options here. I can either place wards of protection, or I can build my tower. I'm going to choose to build my tower. So as I build it, this young fellow can come back to my company, because he's no longer required there to show control. And I'm going to do a little bit of a mini gather, a green for the location I'm on, and then for any adjacent wilderness I also get one. So I get 2 green, but again I cap out at 6. I can do 1 trade of my choice, or 1 initiation, so I'll do orange. And then I can do as many promotions as I wish. So I'm going to go these 2 fellows here. 1 comes back to my company. Similarly, I can do it on this side. And I think in the interest of showing off some new spells, I'll leave it there. And that will conclude my turn.
So, start of my turn in the preparation phase. Let's move this green planet to there. I will then gather my 2 black from my relic extractor. I will then move...
Reset your spell book.
Oh yes, thank you. And let's start with the deep woods. This guy is going to move to there.
I don't think it said explicitly, but the tree man has to move every turn.
I will gather 2 now from my supply to the company. And I think I will let this ride 1 more time.
Alright. So forcing me to come down and take care of business at some point.
So let's do this. 1, killing that guy. That felt good. 2. 3. And let's go here for 4 and finish my turn there. And I will put 2 there. And then I will once again cast Stone Skin.
Are you feeling threatened?
I am feeling slightly threatened. And it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to start my turn by updating my spell book. I'm going to leave those 2, but I can look through and I will pull out some advanced spells. So I am going to pull out Fly, which is the new yellow-purple spell, and Hasten, which is the new orange-purple spell. And I should also have a red spell, so let's bring out Consume. So the position of your apprentices here shows match the spells. So I have 3 fundamental spells and 2 advanced spells currently in my spell book. I'm going to move a planet. Let's go with purple. So I can again cast Quicken. I think I will use the Dead Maze to push Corey back in the opposite direction from where I think he wants to go. Okay, I am going to go 1, 2, 3, killing Corey. Each of us will get a blood.
I get this guy back.
Replicate specifies on the card that when he loses control of that location, that is returned to the supply. I'm going to choose not to claim that because I'm running low on followers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Corey unfortunately lost his gamble. The one guy is protected by the stone skin, so he'll come back to his company. The 3 that were laid down are lost to the bag. And I will claim the red place of power, which will come to me at the start of my next turn. And I forgot one thing on the way. So if I had backed up one step, I could cast Consume. Consume allows me to take one of his off, returning his to his company, and pulling a guy from my supply to occupy that location. Okay? I can do that from any adjacent location. So when I was here, I could have cast that. But now I'm there. I'm going to end my turn again, taking a Horde action, which will allow me to gain 3 of the appropriate relic, in this case, blood. And I am done.
Reset my spell board. I will take let's take a black. By moving that planet, the tree man token has to move. Let's move the tree man token to here. And then 5 movement points. What shall I do? Well, let's start by going 1, 2, 3, finding a camp. Getting my exploration bonus of recruiting a new guy to my company. 3. Let's go to the place of power. So I will go there for 4 and 5.
You'll get 1 orange for his exploration bonus.
And I will finish. Knowing that it would be ineffective to finish there, does it cost a movement to use this?
Yes.
Yes.
So for 1
So I will be finishing there, only gathering 1 instead of the 3 for the Horde action. However, maybe I'll spend for Stone Skin first, then I can gather 2.
There you go. Okay. Are you going to claim the High Forge while you're there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'm going to refresh my spell book and my places of power. I'm short on guys. Corey's a ways away, so I'm going to take the gamble and place a guy onto the red place of power. And to start my turn, I move in yellow. Really short on guys. So I'm going to go 1, 2, taking out Corey's relic extractor. Can't let him continue to milk that. 3, 4, 5, all the way up to a camp. At the end of my turn in a camp, I'm going to be allowed to pull 3 followers from my supply to my company. And I will cast Consume, again allowing me to pull a follower off an adjacent location. So I will give that back to Corey's company and pull 1 from my supply to put on the town.
I will start my turn. So let's place a ward of protection with the High Forge here. dude. Let's move the tree man. We will move the tree man to here. And moving a planet. Let's move this black one for the last time. So 1, 2. Finding a library. 3, 4, 5. No, nothing to kill with, but I will be standing there, right?
Yes.
Taking the horde action if I would like, but it is not worth it for me right now. So is that really the best
Could have
play?
gone to your tower instead.
Yeah, let's do that instead. Then I'm ready to kill that at the beginning of my next turn.
Fairly warned.
Fairly warned. And let's combine here, and let's combine there.
Okay. So to start my turn, I will refresh my spellbook. I will take a follower from the red altar, and then I have the option of either adding another one or removing. With Corey right on the doorstep, I'm going to remove him back 2 to minimize my losses. And then I will have to move a planet. I'm going to move in black. And I am going to go 1, 2. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over to the goblins, killing those guys. I'll claim the camp and the high forge on my way. Getting that ready for next turn. And then I will trade, again, 6 black relics to initiate 3 apprentices into death magic. And I'm not making very good use of my spells here, but I will use Dead Maze to push Corey onto the demons here. And I'm done.
Resetting my spell board allows me to add the corrupt spell. I will start my turn by taking a purple. Tree man must move. So we'll move the tree man to there. Sky Bridge is active. I will then cast Corrupt immediately for 3 blood, corrupting this guy here.
So Corey now has an infiltrator into my organization. If I ever want to promote out of my death sphere, that corrupted guy will have to climb the ranks. And if I have him anywhere other than the fundamental spell area at the end of the game, he'll cost me 1 victory point.
I will then cast Relic Extractor. Does it have to be next to where I'm standing? Yes, it does, right? I will put it here. I will then cast Stone Skin. And then for movement for the turn, I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Again, each of us will gain a blood. Are you going to follow her on the town?
Yes. Let's. No, you standing there right away, it's just going to die. So I will then spend 4 relics to put 2 into orange. This turn I have spent 4 relics, plus another 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've spent 10 relics this turn. So I will now show off this fancy prophecy.
Okay, so Consumer says spend a certain number of relics in a single turn, and you're allowed to use them to initiate or cast spells. Corey has spent 10, so he's going to earn 1 victory point. So what we're going to do is we're going to usually tuck this underneath the tower board, but for visibility we'll just tuck it here. and that will show at the end of the game he scored that for 1 victory point. On a later turn, he could reveal that further if he gets 13 relics used in a single turn, and that will upgrade him from 1 victory point at game end to 3 victory points at game end. So that's our first look at the prophecies. I've been not very strategic in mine, but we'll fix that shortly.
And it is your turn, sir.
Okay. You have got in my way quite nicely there between your tree man and your mage. Movement is restricted in that one mage cannot enter the location of another. So,
You could, however, move through the center if you would like.
it is true. I'm tempted. Because I have no followers right now, so I'm actually immune to the curse. Anyways, let's start by refreshing my spellbook. So, I'm going to add a new black spell. I'm going to choose the new one, which is Sleight of Hand. Kind of a fun one. And I will reset all my places of power. I think I'm immediately going to use the High Forge to place a ward onto this ruins location right beside Corey. Do not have a follower in my company to lie one on the red altar. I can, however, use the dead maze to push Corey into the library and out of my way. Alright. Let's move an orange planet in. I'm not really short on relics here, so I am going to cast. What color do I do? Orange? Let me take that back. I'm going to move black instead because I want to be able to show off Sleight of Hand here. So Sleight of Hand lets me steal from a adjacent location. So if Corey is next to me, his location is purple. He's got some purple relics. I'm going to steal 2 purple relics from Corey. So I'll gain 2 and he'll lose 2 when I cast Sleight of Hand. Then I'm going to start moving. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to discover this last place of power, which is yellow. For finding it, I will get 1 yellow widget, and for ending there, I'll take the horde action for another 3 yellows. Fortunately, though, I don't have a guy to leave there in order to actually claim the place of power. So I'll simply be getting its exploration bonus. I will then cast... No, I think I'll save that for next turn, actually. I will end my turn.
I will start my turn by moving a red planet. I will move my tree man to here. I will then cast Corrupt again for 3 blood, and I will corrupt this mage here.
So when he casts a 3rd level spell, he can use any of the 3 contributing relics. So for Corrupt, he can use red, black, or orange.
Oh, and I should have collected 2 orange for that relic extractor. I will then cast relic extractor again, and I will put a relic extractor here. And then I will start my turn by going 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will put guys down in those 2 spots as I go. And then use the sky bridge to go here for my last. And then I will spend an orange for stone skin. Taking my journey's end action of allowing me to get 3 guys, recruiting from the camps.
I feel like I'm getting outplayed. I need some guys in a hurry here. So, I'm going to go, 2 things in order. Refresh my spellbook, refresh my places of power. We'll move in. Not too many options here. I will move in orange. I'm going to go 1, 2. Find a purple. 3, 4. Find a much needed camp. So I'll get 1 for finding it and the exploration bonus. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll in there for 3 more guys. But before my turn is over, I will cast Consume to take this one off the place of power and take 1 from my supply onto there. And Corey will lose that control. Take the gamble of the red altar, placing 1 there. Okay.
My turn. I will move a planet in, getting yellow. I will high forge by placing a ward, and I will place a ward here. I will move the tree man to here, gain 2 purple and 2 orange. So let's use the sky bridge to move here for 1. Let's move here for 2 and here for 3, losing both.
I get blood for the one guy who was upright, as does Corey.
And I will leave that vacant, I believe. 3, 4, 5. But I will put a guy on there. And unfortunately, I am only warding 1 space with that action. And find a black. It is your turn, and I will finish my turn by casting Stone Skin.
Okay. I will reset down. I'm going to do a bit of a weird journey. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to reveal a prophecy. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 continuous locations. Not quite enough to get the upper one, but 10 continuous for Seat of Power will get me 1 victory point at the end of the game. I'm going to move the Ent to the wilderness location of my choosing. I no longer have that. Still control the black base of power. I'm actually going to use it to push a follower this time into an adjacent unclaimed location. I can't do that because that's a hybrid race 6. Never mind. Let's push this guy instead, causing you to lose your relic extractor. And then I'm going to take a collect action in the town. I'm going to gain at least 1 more yellow. I can turn 1 purple. I have 1 orange. And black. No such luck. What I again desperately need is followers. So for each of my camps, I will collect a follower. And for the 2 towns I control, I will collect further followers. And then, just because I don't have any black, never mind. I'm going to cast Replicate. Okay.
Gain 2 purple from my relic extractor that's still on the board. I will move purple to gain that. High Forge lets me place a ward. Let's place a ward here. Let's cast Stone Skin again, just so it's always active. And it's go time. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Using my Sky Bridge for 4, killing this for 5. Taking my Journey's End there for 3 new followers. And then revealing that I control 2 camps.
Okay. So it needs 3 camps for the higher.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You done?
Yes.
Reset here.
Something tells me you're starting to feel the pressure, I think.
Mm-hmm. So here we go. I'm going to go 1. I'm going to cast Replicate for 1. Put a 3 times token on G1. I'm going to cast Fly for 2 purple. And Fly says anytime I spend a movement point, I can travel any distance in a straight line. So I'm going to go 2. 3.
Both of us can of blood, but you were max.
I'm going to cast Consume for 1 to take this one off back to your company. Taking a guy from my supply. And then I'm going to cast Quicken. So I've used 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. I need my guys. And then 7 back to the Dryads. And I think, even though it's not going to benefit me greatly, it's worth it for the victory points. I'm going to use 2 orange to cast Hasten. Just so that I have 5 spells cast in a single turn, which lets me do the higher level of Arcana Reborn for 3 victory points. So that's an illustration of the prophecies. They'll cause you minor deviations in your strategy, sometimes simply to achieve certain victory points at certain times in the game. And then ending my turn at the Dryads, I will trade 3 seeds to gain 3 apprentices in nature magic, and I will end my turn.
Okay.
It looks like I forget to move a planet at some point because Corey's
most
got 3
definitely.
turns left and I have 4, so I'm just going to move in my outermost planet, which is red.
I will move orange. I will use my High Forge to place another ward. Where can I place one? Nowhere. That's unfortunate. Oh no, I can place them on camps, can I not?
Mm-hmm.
Let's place one there then. And then thinking through the turn, I would really like to unlock those 2 extra points for that camp. But that takes a lot of my turn just to do it. So I'm not sure it's super efficient.
You do have a lot of followers, so.
And you did move that there at the beginning of your last turn, did you not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's frustrating. But I do have followers, so. One, two, three, four. And maybe we'll kill this one along the way too for 5. So we'll kill both of those. Placing one there, one there. Then revealing that I've now done all 3 camps. I will cast Stone Skin again. So let's just simply finish my journey's end by getting some more guys and prepare for the final 2 turns.
Okay. I'm going to refresh my spell book. Let's move an orange in. Who knows if I need a camp later. We'll just go. Oh, what the heck. I'll show what Hasten actually does, since I didn't in my last turn. So Hasten lets me travel through my own locations without spending movement points. So I can enter into any one of my locations now without actually costing me anything. So I'm going to go 1, 2, I will do that 3, 4, and to my tower for 5. So you have Stone Skin on, so they return to your company. And then in my tower, I will trade 2 red to initiate 1 apprentice, and then I can do a bunch of promotions. So just before I do, I think I'm not going to cast any spells. I sort of spent a lot of relics last turn, but I will go ahead and promote. So when I take out the black sphere, I have to bring that corrupted apprentice. So he's going there, and this guy will come back to my company. Then I will bring red-green there. So my choice is, do I choose to bring that corrupted apprentice up or not? I think I will choose to do so. May regret it later, but at this point I think I wish to get my guy back. And again, for the sake of the demonstration, I will not go all the way up to some of the more powerful master level spells. I will play with some advanced ones. And I will let Corey go ahead.
2 turns to go. Let's move that orange planet.
I'm sorry, I have to move the deep woods before I
Yes, you do.
So he'll go here instead.
High Forge, let's me place a ward. Let's place a ward. Not there, not there, not there. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two turns. What to do, what to do, what to do. 1, 2. The replicate token stays, yes or no?
Nope, as soon as I lose control, it comes off.
2, 3, 4. 5. I will spend 2 purple here. I will spend an orange to cast Stone Skin. I will promote up into there. And I think that is it for my turn. Well, I guess I could still cast Corrupt. So let's use 3 of that blood to corrupt another apprentice. Let's corrupt that one up there. You may not move him, but at least then I can guarantee if you do, you'll lose points.
Okay. Are you done?
I am done.
Alright, I'm going to reset that and that. And then I get to learn some new spells, but I'm going to have to give up the fundamental red since I no longer have a guy standing there. I'm going to have to give up the fundamental yellow since I no longer have a guy standing there. I can choose between the two fundamental green spells. I think I'll actually go with Entangling Vines. And then I get some new advanced spells here. So let's go with Enlarge, which is the new red-black spell. I'll go with Beguile, the new green-red spell. And sure, we'll make them all the new ones. Why not? Almost have the full set. Okay. My red is already maxed, so I'm going to move in green for my second last turn. Let's first of all cast Quicken to give myself an extra movement point. I'm going to come over 1, 2, and I'm going to cast Enlarge using 2 red. So, it actually costs me a movement point to enlarge. In the Kickstarter version, these will actually be nice wooden boots. So instead of my guy, I now have 2 boots to show that I am giant-sized. So once again, 1, 2, 3. And pivot this foot for 4. And then for 5, I can completely clear both locations. So the giant's kind of slow moving, but when he attacks, he crushes everything in his path. That felt pretty good, not gonna lie.
No, I imagine that did feel good.
One restriction with the giant, though, is anybody you kill, just to lessen the blow slightly to the player being attacked, those will go back to his company rather than to the supply, and I do not generate any blood through those attacks. So I've spent 5. I know where I want to end, I think. So I'm going to go 6 down to this, my leg, 6 down to this town, which I will claim. And then I can take the journey's end of either foot, and I am going to take the town action to gather. So going around my wheel of magic, I have to move this guy, which I forgot to do. Where are you? So let's put him here. And I'm actually going to use the dead maze as well to push you. I'm going to push your follower actually off orange.
Sounds great.
Okay, and then let's gather. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 green. I'm going to get 1 yellow. I'm going to get 2 purples. I'm going to get 1 orange. And I'm going to get 1 black from down at the bottom here. Okay. I think I will leave that there with 1 turn to go.
Okay, let's reset for this final turn. I will move a planet, and my new spell will be Gate.
And I should note that my giant remains on the board till the start of my next turn, so he's effectively blocking both of those locations from Quarry Enter.
And there's, oh yeah, I can place a ward token there, which is what it is. So, for my turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. Okay, can I do it all? Well, let's see. Okay, so to start my turn, I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will then cast Gate to move to here. I will spend 2 black and 2 yellow to put 1 there and 1 there as my journeys end, and then I will continue to cast a few more spells to finish my turn. I will cast Corrupt, corrupting this guy here. And I will cast Stone Skin, so it's active. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would need to cast both of these, and unfortunately I am out of green. So that will be the end of my turn, and we can do majorities.
Okay, so each player is going to score majorities at the end of their turn. We'll do the overall scoring at the end to show you, but just in terms of which majorities Corey controls, in a 2-player game there's 3 of each location, except we haven't actually explored the whole map, so not all the colors will have 3. So in green right now, it'll be a 1-to-1 tie, so Corey would score 1 point for the tie. In terms of yellow, again it will be a tie, we'll each control 1, so he'll get a single point in yellow majorities. Purple will go to me, because I have 2 to his 1, so he will not score any points for purple. In orange, he has 2 to my 1, so he'll score the full majority, 2 points there. And in black, he's got 1, and I have 1, so he'll score 1 point there. So in essence, a lot of 1s at this point. So I'm going to potentially try to swing some of those in my final turn.
But to be fair, those points are mine, and you can't take those from me.
Correct. So, I have to shrink down to the location where I took my journey's end, so that'll be here. My major issue is I am once again short on guys, so all I can really do is kill Corey off the map to swing majorities rather than placing any new followers. I am going to cast Quicken. I think I'm simply going to try to steal this majority. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Killing him. Can't claim it. 6, 7. And I will trade with them, except I still have no followers. So what I can do is cast Beguile. Now Beguile, for the cost of 2 blood, will let me actually pull the first 2 followers out of my bag when I go to trade, rather than the usual place of my company. So I can trade 2, placing 1 here. Now it doesn't really matter in this final round, but normally when I cast Beguile, I would have to place a Beguile token on some other race. So say for example, I placed it here. Then it's kind of a race to the Dryads, because whoever trades with the Dryads next will also get that bonus. So in a multiplayer game, when you have 3 or 4 mages, there can be a little bit of a race to get there and be the guy to take advantage of somebody else's Beguile action. But anyways, at the end of my turn, I will score. In greens, it will still be a tie, so I'll get 1 point. In yellow, I believe it's a tie, so I'll get 1 point. Purple, I'll get majority for 2. Orange still is Corey's, but now black, I have the majority with 1-0 for 2 points. In terms of other scoring at the end here, let's pull out a score pad and tally it up. Okay, so we now have a score pad here, and we're going to do the final scoring at the end of the game. We've already shown you the dominion over the lands, and so far Corey's got 5 points from that, and I have 6 points from that. We're going to then tally our spells. So the first thing we do is update our spell book to make sure that we have all the appropriate spells in. Even that last turn where I learned a red spell, I get to immediately add that before scoring. And then you can actually flip your mantle over as a memory aid. Each of your fundamental spells is going to be worth 1 point. So for me that's 4, and for Corey that's 4. Advanced spells, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So I'm going to score 2 points each for 10.
And I have 2 for 4.
For 4. And then masters, I have none.
I have 1.
Corey has 1 for 4 points. And then the negative victory points. So, with Corrupt, I have 1 in the fundamental area here. That doesn't hurt me. But for each of my promoted apprentices that are Corrupt, I'm going to have to lose 1. I'm going to lose a total of 2. Now, one thing that's not on the score sheet, because it wasn't present in the base game, is the Prophecies. So at the end of the game, Corey's got 1 prophecy for 3 and another one for 1, for 4 points more from Prophecies. And I have the same. Both of us were unable to achieve our 3rd prophecy over the course of play. So if we quickly tally those up, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21 for Corey. 14, 16, 17, 18, 20, minus 2, 18, plus 4, 22 for Tim to squeak out a victory, demonstrating his own game that only seems fair. And that is Archmage. So I hope you at least got a taste of the places of power, the prophecies, the extra spells, and the extra layers of strategy those add into the game. And I hope that you will consider backing it on the Kickstarter, and we look forward to delivering you another fine product. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.